Well, I find myself really tired this morning, and I have an overwhelming amount of things I need to do. So rather than do 10 at 10, I'm just going to give a little introduction to the entrance to our church, and then I'm going to crack on with all the other things I'm going to be doing today, which will keep me going until quite late this evening, so if you'll forgive me. This is the inside of our church. So we can turn the camera. There we go. So we've got our notice that says open there, and the rather beautiful stone walls as you come in. Then as we arrive in the church, we come across the symbol. It is, of course, the Kai Rho symbol, where the Kai is the X shape and the Rho is the thing that looks like a P that goes through the middle of it. Then either side there is the Greek letter Alpha and the Greek letter Omega. Now this was the sign that St. Constantine saw when he was approaching Rome, and the Lord said, in this sign, conquer. If you rearrange the letters, so now it's got Alpha, Omega, Kai Rho, and the Chi and the Rho, the thing that looks like X and the P, are the first two letters of Christos, which means Christ. Then you've got the Alpha and the Omega again. So you can rearrange this into Alpha, Rho, Chi, Omega, which then spells in Greek, I rule. So we have here, we arrive in church under the rule of Christ, the beginning and the end, the one who himself is the ruler. On either side we've got bells, also inviting you to worship. These here are rung by Ed, usually, who is a percussionist. He plays the drums rather beautifully during what's it called, the doxology. We come into the next little section here, and we've got the holy water. So we arrive, of course, in the church through baptism. So it's appropriate really to have the holy water there. It doesn't need to be there. In lots of churches it's not, but in this one it just seemed appropriate to have it as we come in. And we come in, there's the light as well, so the water and the light. Then we have a second icon here, and this icon is, of course, the protection of the Mother of God. Now, the Theotokos, the Mother of God, always represents herself. She is herself a real person, but she also represents the entirety of the church. So having come under the rule of Christ, we also come under the protection of the Mother of God, and therefore all the saints, but most especially also under the protection and guidance of the church as a whole. On the other side over here, we're having painted some archangels that will be here to remind us all that we're living in the angelic realm. You might be interested to know we've got above us stars, and these are the stars that you'll see above you in the sky in Lincolnshire, and Lincoln particularly, on St. Matthias Day. This church is dedicated to St. Matthias. We also have here the tree of life, reminding us that there were two trees in the Garden of Eden. The one was the tree of knowledge of good and evil. The other one is the tree of life. We come into the church in order to be able to feed of the fruit of the tree of life. The tree of life itself, of course, is the cross, and the fruit on the tree of life is Christ himself. So there we go. There's the entrance into our church. Just a little aside. Let's have a look at these beautiful flowers. Natasha Taylor's very clever about doing this sort of thing and done that beautifully. But the whole of this inside has been decorated by the good hand of Marina and her husband Colin. I think you'll all agree they've done a really, truly fabulous job. Exit says there. There we go. Let's just have one more final look. You'll be able to see the whole idea. And from there we go through into the narthex, which is we sometimes call the Alhambra Cafe. Just teasing ourselves. We've got some new chandeliers in there as well. Okay, well, I'm sorry I'm not going to be doing 10 at 10 with you today, but really, I desperately need to rest. Okay, God bless you and keep you.